Have you ever really stopped to consider the profound impact of words? Not just as tools for communication, but as forces that shape our reality? They're fundamentally just tiny vibrations, disturbances in the air, or perhaps simple marks on a page, lines and curves arranged in specific patterns, or even just fleeting pixels on a screen. Illuminated dots forming letters and sentences, seemingly so small, insignificant even, yet possessing such immense power. Words, carefully chosen and strategically deployed, can ignite conflict, start or end wars, shaping the course of history. They can mend or break hearts, offering solace in times of sorrow or inflicting deep wounds that take years to heal. They have the capacity to lift or crush souls, inspiring hope and courage or plunging individuals into despair and hopelessness. The Bible, especially James chapter 3, deeply understands this power, recognizing the potential for both immense good and devastating harm. James warns us that those who teach, those who wield the power of words to influence others, will be judged more strictly, held to a higher standard. This is because words have the extraordinary ability to shape minds and hearts, molding beliefs, values, and ultimately, actions. But his message isn't just for teachers, preachers, or public speakers. It's a universal call to awareness, a reminder for all of us. Every conversation we engage in, no matter how casual or fleeting, every whisper shared in confidence, and every comment we post online, carries weight and matters significantly. James invites us to take a closer look at the tongue, that small, seemingly insignificant muscle residing in our mouths, yet possessing incredible potential for both good and harm. It's a powerful instrument. He uses simple, relatable images to illustrate how we often overlook the small things, the subtle influences that ultimately steer our lives in one direction or another. The greatest battles, both internal and external, are often won or lost, not in grand, sweeping gestures or dramatic pronouncements, but rather in the quiet, often unnoticed spaces between our thoughts and the words we choose to express them. The tongue, though physically small, acts as the command center, the control panel that governs the direction of our lives and influences the lives of those around us. So, with open minds and willing hearts, let's journey into this chapter, taking our time to linger on each image, each warning, and each profound insight. This isn't just an abstract theological discussion, it's a deeply personal invitation to examine our own habits, to scrutinize the intentions of our hearts, and to become more mindful of the words we speak. It's a call to recognize and embrace the profound responsibility that comes with the gift of speech, the power to create or destroy with our words. Ultimately, understanding the immense power of our words empowers us to love God more deeply and to love our neighbors more effectively, one thoughtful, intentional word at a time. So, are you ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery and explore what James has to say about the power of the tongue? You might be surprised, even astonished, by the immense power you hold within you, the potential for both great good and significant harm. Let's begin this exploration together, and may we all strive to use our words wisely and compassionately. Picture a powerful stallion untamed, strong and impossible to control by force. Yet, a tiny bit of metal in its mouth lets a rider guide its every move. That's James's first image. The tongue is like the bit. Our lives are full of passions and ambitions charging in many directions. The tongue, the words we choose, are the reins that steer us. A kind word can change a day, a harsh one can derail it. We focus on managing big things, but James says the real key is controlling the small, our words. If we can guide our tongue, we can guide our whole life. The power isn't in the horse, it's in the hand that guides the bit. Control your words and you control your direction. The smallest things can steer the greatest forces. That's the lesson of the bit and the tongue. Where will you steer today? Now, imagine a massive ship on the open sea facing fierce winds and powerful currents. How does it stay on course? A small, hidden rudder beneath the water. The rudder, though tiny compared to the ship, determines its direction. James says our tongue is that rudder. Life's storms and pressures push us, but our words set our course. Speak defeat and you drift into despair. Speak hope, and you steer toward a brighter future. We can't control the wind, but we can control the rudder. Our words determine our destination. The tongue may be small, but it decides where we go. What direction are your words taking you? Remember, the rudder sets the course. Choose your words, choose your path. From a state of control, where things seem orderly and predictable, to utter chaos, James now vividly warns us, using the potent image of a raging fire as a metaphor for the destructive power of our words. He wants us to understand the gravity of what uncontrolled speech can unleash. Imagine a peaceful forest teeming with life, sunlight dappling through the leaves, animals moving freely, a picture of serenity, suddenly and irrevocably destroyed by a single carelessly discarded spark. That's the tongue, James argues. One careless word spoken in haste or anger can ignite a conflict, escalating it far beyond its initial cause, spread insidious rumors like wildfire, consuming reputations and trust, and ultimately devastate cherished relationships, leaving behind a trail of hurt and resentment. A spark, in its initial form, seems so harmless, insignificant, easily dismissed, but unchecked, it can rapidly transform into a raging inferno, consuming everything in its path with relentless fury. Our words similarly possess this latent power. They can set entire communities ablaze with discord, filling them with deep-seated hurt, corrosive betrayal, and pervasive mistrust. The bit and rudder are symbols of control and direction. The fire, a stark representation of unchecked destruction and devastation. The tongue, James emphatically states, is a fire, a dangerous and unpredictable force, a world of evil residing within us, actively working to corrupt the very fabric of our being. It has the potential to corrupt the whole person, tainting their thoughts, actions, and ultimately their character, setting the entire course of their life on fire, leading them down a path of destruction and regret, and is itself fueled by the very fires of hell, a terrifying thought that underscores the gravity of the situation. This is a dire warning, a call to action. Our words possess the power to unleash unimaginable chaos if we are not constantly vigilant and mindful of their impact. One careless comment, one thoughtless remark can leave behind a devastated landscape, a barren wasteland of bitterness, broken trust, and profound isolation. The consequences of our words ripple far beyond what we can immediately perceive, spreading outwards like waves in a pond, affecting countless lives. The tongue's destructive power is not theoretical. It is a tangible force that inflicts real and lasting damage. Will you choose to be the spark that ignites destruction, fueling the flames of conflict and division, or will you be the one who actively prevents the fire, using your words to heal, to build bridges, and to extinguish the flames of discord? Guard your words diligently. Treat them as precious and powerful tools because they possess the potential to burn down far more than you could ever possibly imagine, leaving behind a legacy of devastation. The choice ultimately is yours to make. Choose wisely. Humanity has tamed wild beasts, trained birds, and mastered nature. Yet James says no one can tame the tongue. We can control lions and dolphins, but not our own speech. The tongue is restless, unpredictable, and escapes control at the worst moments. It's a wild thing within us, full of deadly poison. Think of the times you've said something you instantly regretted. Words can wound deeply, often before we realize it. Taming the tongue isn't about willpower. It's a spiritual battle. We need help greater than ourselves. Recognize the danger and seek a power beyond your own. The wildest thing you'll ever face lives inside your mouth. The tongue is a vessel capable of deadly poison or life-giving water. Poisonous words, gossip, lies, criticism infect hearts and destroy relationships. The damage can last for years unseen but real. Yet with the same tongue we praise God, pray, and bless others. The tongue can heal, encourage, and inspire. This is its paradox. It's a double-edged sword. It can bring the poison of hell or the praise of heaven. Every word is a choice: curse or bless, wound or heal. The same lips that spread a lie can speak life-giving truth. This should fill us with awe and responsibility. Every time we speak, we stand at a crossroads. What will you release into the world, poison or praise? The choice is yours, every moment. James presses the contradiction. How can blessing and cursing come from the same mouth? He points to nature. Can a spring produce both fresh and salt water? Can a fig tree bear olives? Of course not. Each produces according to its nature. Our words reveal our hearts. When we bless God and curse people, we're like a spring that's both fresh and salty, a contradiction. It's unnatural and it points to a deeper problem within. The fruit reveals the tree. Our speech reveals our hearts. We can't just manage our words. We must examine the source. Our speech problem is really a heart problem. If our hearts are divided, so will our words be. James calls us to consistency, to let our words match our true nature. What kind of spring are you? What fruit do your words bear? The answer lies within. We've established that the tongue is a force to be reckoned with, a restless evil, full of deadly poison. If the tongue is seemingly untamable by human strength alone, what practical steps can we take to gain control? How can we manage this powerful force within us? James's message isn't one of despair leaving us without hope. Instead, it's a call to dependence, a recognition that we can't do this on our own. It's an invitation to lean on something greater than ourselves. Therefore, seek a power beyond yourself. Acknowledge your limitations and turn to a source of strength that transcends human capability. This is where true change begins. Start by surrendering your tongue to God. Offer it up, recognizing that it's a part of you that needs divine guidance and control. This act of surrender is the first step towards transformation. Pray, God, I can't control this. I've tried and failed. Please help me. Give me the strength and wisdom to speak words that are pleasing to you. Pause, even for a moment before you speak. Create a space between thought and word. This small gap can make all the difference. Pause, especially when you're feeling angry, frustrated, or tempted to gossip. These are the moments when our words can cause the most damage. Take a deep breath. Count slowly to 10. Give yourself time to process your emotions and choose your words carefully. Let silence be a holy space, a sanctuary where you can connect with your inner self and with God. Embrace the power of quiet reflection. Before you speak, ask yourself these crucial questions. Is what I'm about to say true? Is it based on facts, or is it simply an assumption or rumor? Is it kind? Will my words uplift and encourage, or will they tear down and hurt? Is it necessary? Does this information need to be shared, or am I simply adding to the noise and negativity? If not, if it's untrue, unkind, or unnecessary, then let it go. Release the urge to speak and choose silence instead. Practice listening. Really listen to understand, not just to formulate your response. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. Empathy softens our words and opens our hearts. When we truly understand another person's perspective, our communication becomes more compassionate. Fill your heart and mind with good things. What we consume shapes what we become. Read scripture regularly. Let its wisdom guide your thoughts and actions. Listen to uplifting music that inspires and encourages you. Cultivate gratitude. Focus on the blessings in your life, both big and small. Remember, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Our words are a reflection of what's inside. If you fill your heart with bitterness, resentment, and negativity, that's precisely what will spill out in your words and actions. Therefore, cultivate a different inner world. Plant seeds of love, joy, peace, and patience. Spend time with people who build you up, who encourage you to be your best self, and who speak life into your soul. Make a conscious effort to practice gratitude daily. Write down what you're thankful for, and reflect on the good things in your life. When your heart is full of fresh, clean water of love, joy, and gratitude, that's what will naturally flow from your lips. Ultimately, taming the tongue is not just about controlling our words. It starts from within, with a transformation of the heart and mind. As we close, James's message is a hopeful invitation. We're called to be artisans of encouragement, builders of peace through our words. The tongue holds the power of life and death. Every conversation is a choice. Remember the bit, the rudder, the spark. Control your words and you steer your life. When tempted to speak carelessly, remember the fire you could ignite. Choose to quench flames, not start them. Let the contradiction of the spring drive you to seek a changed heart. Ask God to heal your heart so only life-giving words flow. This is a lifelong journey, becoming more like Christ in speech. Today, be mindful. Listen to your words and others. Let your prayer be, set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Use your words to build a more beautiful world, one grace-filled word at a time.